Here we go. Make sure you guys can see it after I hit the present button too, because it'll go full screen. Okay, can everyone see the presentation?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so hi everyone. I'm here to present my app called Clean Tunes. So a little bit about myself. My name is Petrus. I'm a Howard University rising junior computer science major from Minneapolis, Minnesota, born and raised. That's a picture of me on the right side. So what is Clean Tunes? So Clean Tunes is a playlist cleaning app made for Apple Music that allows users to select a playlist from their Apple Music library and create a new playlist with the clean equivalent for each song. So this app was coded in Objective-C and in Swift. Most of it, the majority, the big majority was coded in Objective-C, which was 91.5%, and then around 8.5% was coded in Swift. And yeah, so the details of my app. Why did I make this app? I wanted to provide a simple way to clean versions of to play clean versions of your favorite music without having the hassle of searching the clean version whenever you need it and then queuing it up every 5 seconds. It takes a long time, and I've been there before. And it's very simple the way that been able to implement it. You just select a playlist from Apple Music to clean, and then you hit a button, and it is cleaned, and you can export it to Apple Music. So this is my wireframe from when I originally started developing the app a few weeks ago. The first name I was taking on with was Scrub, uh, so that's why Scrub is everywhere. It basic user interface. You sign up. My original idea, which will be rolled out later as I continue working on the app, is implementing Spotify as well as the other providers for people to choose from. And then you'll be able to choose a provider. It'll show you a history of all the scrubs that you've or the playlists that you've cleaned, and then you can clean a new one, go to a cleaning in progress screen, and then once it's done, it'll show you the results, and then you can save it to Apple Music. I also plan on possibly enabling some sort of sharing function, so you can share your playlist with other people, and then you can switch your providers and log out on the same screen. That was the original idea. So through my research, I found out that the main competitor would be an app called Songshift. It's out on the App Store right now. It is a similar playlist managing app. What it does is it'll take your playlist from whatever service provider you have right now, and it will transfer it over to a new streaming service that you just joined, presumably. So say you're on Apple Music and you switch to Spotify, this app will take your playlist and then copy it on Spotify. So you have the same songs on another app. The only difference is it has no playlist cleaning function, like the function that I've implemented in my app, what my app is about. And in fact, through research, no app offers a playlist cleaning function. I've looked just to make sure that, just to see what's out there, and there is nothing. I've never seen any other app that would do this functionality at all. So I was really excited when I saw that because that was my hope, and it came true. So how useful is Clean Tunes? So I've asked a bunch of people. My idea was it's just perfect for any situation that requires non-explicit music queued to play. In fact, I came up with this idea 4 years ago while I was working at Best Buy at 16. We were in charge of the playlists or music that was playing in our section, and every once in a while there would be a song that slips through the scenes that you would have to sprint and change. Like there was no way around it. We'd have to just sprint and change once it started being explicit. And that was the main reason I came up with the app. But asking people, they have a lot of use cases. Retail store music, that's the example I just gave. Work parties, birthday parties, if you're a DJ at a school dance, or even in the car with your mom and you just don't want her to, complain about how explicit your music is. I've been there 100%, almost every day. So, yeah, and fun fact, this is actually a picture of my prom, and I'm in the back right here, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so I have a demo, and I'm able to do a live one. I have a video backup just in case something goes wrong, but I think we should be good here. So this is actually my Apple Music. I'll scroll through and show off my playlist, I guess. This will be the one I want to clean today. Boppers is what I named it. As you can see, it's super long. How many songs is it actually? 287 songs. Very, very long playlist. I would not have the time to be able to make a clean version of it. So if I go into my app, I can log in with a username and password. I think the password's hidden, so it might not show up for you guys, but here we go. So when you first log in, you have an empty screen because you haven't done anything yet. So I have an add new playlist button that points to this button in the corner that allows you to select from Apple Music. So once you hit that button, it goes into your Apple Music account and it's able to read off, there it is. It's able to read and retrieve all of the playlists in your Apple Music library. So if you want, you can select any one of these. For the purpose of the demo, I'll select boppers, and then these bubbles in the corner pop up that allows you to clean it. So when I tap this clean button, this view controller will pop up, and a progress bar will reveal it. Now, this playlist is pretty good. It takes a while just to get through every song. So I implemented this progress bar just to make sure that people don't think the app is broken. It'll show that it's actually doing stuff. And then once it gets to around 90%, an activity indicator opens up and it'll just continue to clean and finish up its process. And what it does is it goes through song by song, finds the identifier, and then finds the equivalent. And if it's clean, it will add it to the new playlist. And if it's not clean, then it will not add it. So here is the clean playlist, and it will load all the songs. The clean playlist and the songs, along with the username and password for a user object, that's all stored in a back4app parse database that I have set up. So these are all stored in my parse database, and I access Apple Music to load up the album covers and the name of the songs. And when I tap the export button, this is the coolest part. If I go back to Apple Music, I can go back and I see a new playlist was created called Boppers Clean. Apple Music does take a couple seconds to load up all the songs, so I'll scroll away and come back and see. And when it finally does load, all of the clean songs that I was able to find, there it is, will be ready for me to listen to. You can see there's no E for explicit logos anywhere, which is great. And anything that that doesn't exist on Apple Music isn't added. And I can go back into Clean Tunes, and if I want, I can just delete this from my parse database, and I can sign out from this window here. So go back to the presentation. So how it all works, this is where I'll show you guys my code. These are a couple highlights I'm going to touch on before I go into Xcode. So this first code block right here is multi-threaded processing. So I had trouble with updating the progress bar while network calls were being made. It would just freeze on the screen and nothing would happen. And I figured out that I need to actually use the multi-threaded functionality that iPhones have in their processors to allow the API calls to be made in the background while in the foreground activity indicators and progress views can update. So that was really fun to look up and figure out for myself. The other thing that I really liked doing was finding out how to make the API calls. When I learned how to build iOS apps, the people that taught me how to didn't explain how API calls work. So I also had to figure this part out by myself and figure out how to add query items and fill out the body of a URL request and stuff like that, and actually make the call. That took a lot of elbow grease on my end, so that was really fun looking at. But I'll show you now